Ladies and gents, welcome back to another video and welcome to another project. This one is actually mine. This is a bungalow that I have recently completed on here in Sussex. Now, this project is going to be a flip project, a flip property, and I'll come on to that in one moment. But what I wanted to do today really is actually just do a walkthrough video. A couple of my last projects that I bought, I've just got so busy with that I haven't actually fully documented, and I thought I can't do that when obviously I love sharing everything on YouTube. So in this video I want to show you the bungalow in a minute, talk about my future plans with this property. But before I do, you might be thinking, why on earth is Justin flipping this property? He's the guy that talks about buy to let, buy, refurbish, refinance, building a portfolio, making an income, leaving our job. And that is absolutely true. But I am now at a stage where I want to replenish and rebuild up a large capital pot so that I can buy bigger projects. I can move with speed, buy with cash. I can do bigger flips if I want to as well. I'm also at a very fortunate point now in my journey. Since 2019, you'll have been seeing me buy to lets, build that portfolio. And up and along this time, I've been building an income from property, but then I left my job. I then have that income from property, which I don't really touch because I live off of Property X, my sourcing and education business. But I have that income from property there as well. I have the business there as well. And now I'm at a point in which I've got the foundation of a portfolio. So on top of that, I can start to do other exciting things in property, which for me is flipping property, or it's trading property, or it's doing buy, refurbish, refinance. I don't really go outside of the norm there. They're my strategies. I stay in my lane, but I enjoy the transaction. I enjoy the refurbishment. I enjoy finding things and adding value to them. So that is why I'm going down the route of doing more flips at the moment. I want to build that cash pot up. And I thought I'd cover that because some of you might think, what on earth is he doing? Why is he not doing buy to lets? And don't get me wrong, I will still be buying buy to lets each and every single year. I'm just more focused around flipping properties for the time being. But let's take a look around. I purchased this property from auction, actually post-auction, with a 20-day completion on it as well. So I had to move quite quickly, had to get finance lined up very quickly as well. But completed on it. It is sitting empty, and I'll explain why that is shortly. But at the front of the house, we've got this tiny bedroom, small bedroom, which is currently bedroom number 2, because this is a 2-bedroom semi-detached bungalow, which I'm planning to turn into a large 3-bedroom semi-detached bungalow. Currently it has 1 bathroom. I'm going to make it into a 2-bathroom. This is going to stay how it is. There isn't too much I can really do with this. This is going to become the 3rd bedroom, which will be either a single room or an office space for hopefully the family that decide to buy it and live here. The 2nd room, which I'll overlay some clips on, this is a bathroom. At the moment it's currently just, well, it's very average, let's be honest, but it's also too small. Okay, with a nice big family home like this, you want a nice big family bathroom, ideally like a 4-piece suite in there, to have a nice, maybe freestanding bath, large walk-in shower. So I'm going to be moving a wall in here. You're going to have to picture this. I'm going to be moving a wall over in order to make this a bigger bathroom space. Okay, and at some point I'm going to have to show you my architect's plan so that you can picture this, but you're probably going to have to see that in a future update. We'll go in here next. This is the master bedroom, and that will not change. This will remain the master bedroom because it is such a large bedroom. They used to make great big master bedrooms. They don't really do this so much now. And probably going to borrow a bit of this room to add an ensuite to it. And other than the obvious things, such as your polystyrene ceiling tiles which need to go, and replacing everything in the room, this is going to stay as it is, okay? Really, really good sized bedroom with an ensuite in it. And that'll be that master suite that I think you need to have in order to command a good end value. On the right-hand side of me here, this is gonna remain, I guess you could say, remain as a sitting room, which it currently is. But remain as a sitting room area. We're going to have a media wall built out on here. Still probably have some kind of chimney breast or feature in the middle. Possibly it's like a TV with a fire underneath, media wall on either side. That's what people are loving at the moment. And then it's going to have a 4 meter by 6.5 meter extension across the back. Big steel in here. This all taken away. This is my plan, by the way. It has not been approved at this point. I'm just envisioning it. I'm just visioning it in my head. This is going to have a big extension on the back. It's going to have a lovely kitchen on the left-hand side, bifold doors, and just a nice big kitchen dining room looking out into the garden. In fact, let's look at the garden whilst we're here. This is obviously going. This is like a single glazed extension. It absolutely stinks, so I'm not going to stand in here for very long. But this will be going and obviously be replaced by the extension there. So that leaves, last but not least, behind the camera here, is the kitchen. This is going to be the second bedroom, okay? So number 2 in terms of size out of the 3. And this will be a wall coming down in line with this here and going to the old wall here. So where I said obviously there's probably be a steel along here, that bit's all going to be open. This bit's going to be shut off, so no double doors here. And this is going to be another big double bedroom. Now, in terms of the double bedroom space, it isn't going to come all the way back to this wall. This is where the bathroom's coming in a bit here, probably roughly in line with this. So really good size double. It's hard to picture, but measured out, it's a good size double. You get that really good size bathroom. So I've gone down the route of obviously a single story extension. That's what I would like to get. That's what I'm submitting planning permission for. It can't actually be done under permitted development. Even though I did a very similar project at my own home and we were able to get that under permitted development, the rules have changed slightly. And if you want a certain roof and ceiling height, you now have to go down the route of full planning. And I will talk about that in a bit more detail in a future video, but it's gonna mean about an 8-week wait. So I wanted to get planning in as soon as possible. In fact, I had that 20-day completion window that I mentioned to you. I thought, you know what, I'm going to get the architects in prior to even completing on it, which I had to pay for the estate agents to come down from London because they're an auction house. I had to pay for the viewing. But I thought to myself, you know what, if I can save time before I've even completed on it, yes, I'll have spent money on the viewing and the architects, but I'd have saved money on the bridging finance costs on the back end, because I absolutely have not bought this all cash, by the way. So that's what I did, got the plans back before I've even completed on it and started to make tweaks, choose the option that I wanted, and have now submitted that to planning, waiting for approval. As soon as approval is given, the guys are going to roll in here and steamroll this project because there is lots to do. And yeah, I want this back on the market prior to the end of the year. The sooner the better. I don't want it going on in the winter ideally. So the sooner we can get it on, the better. But I'm not going to be unrealistic. I'm not going to be that person on Homes Under the Hammer or the Property Ladder that Sarah Beanie used to host, where they're like, oh, I'm going to turn this around in 4 weeks on a £10,000 budget. And then 2 years later, they revisit them, they haven't finished, and they've spent £100,000. I will not let that be the case on this one. I have enough experience that that will not happen. So yeah, that is it on this project. Very quick video. Just wanted to show you what I'm working with, what my plans are. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Would you have bought this?